One thing I've been working, I think I've figured something out. I believe I have a sciatica. I believe, because this feeling is very unique, very painful. I'll tell you that. Fuck it, bro. Whatever. There's just gonna be a glare. So I started doing this thing where it's like, imagine you're on your back, so the ground is right here, and then you're rolling up, and then your legs come up, and then over your head. I noticed that whenever I did it, well, number one, when I first started, the reason why I first started it was because my upper back, it hurt my upper back a lot. Because one thing that I have, I think it comes from kyphosis, I'm not really sure what it is, but the rounding of the shoulders, you can even see, even when I'm trying, my shoulders don't go as far back as they can. And even holding this position, there is like a, like, I don't know what you would call it, maybe an impingement. It just feels like slightly uncomfortable right here. I don't know what you would call that, in between the shoulder blade and the collarbone, just in that area. But I first started it because on my right side here, there is a massive knot or a tight muscle. I'm not entirely sure what it is. And because of that, it prevents me from being able to look down pain-free. I remember growing up, like I would use the bathroom or something, or I would tie a knot, and then I'd lift the shirt up and I would pinch it with my chin to hold it. But now when I do that, there is a lot of pain. I get like this electrical buzzing feeling in the muscle right here, and a very sharp pain as if I'm being stabbed. And so I've been doing that movement because, I mean, it's just the head going down. So the opposite of that would be now the legs coming up and my body folding over the head instead of my head going down. Basically, it's a massive fuck you to that spot in my back. But when I was doing that, I noticed when I would come up that on my right side, dude, I just got this weird, I don't even know how to describe it because it's just started happening for the past few days. But I think it's sciatica because it radiates from like right here, like in this general area. If I poke right here, I get a lot of pain. Like dig into the muscle, but it radiates all the way down the leg on the right side, and it fucking hurts, man. So like whenever I come up, whenever the legs get past, let's say this point right here, let me think. Yeah, when the legs get past this point right here and it shifts past that 90-degree angle, now it's less of the muscles pushing everything up, and it's more so gravity taking over, and it's pulling the leg apart, you know? Because now my legs are upside down, you know? It's like hanging from a bar essentially, but it's in a very like not unnatural position, for me unnatural, but it's just in a very, let's just say, tense position. You know, there's a lot going on. I'm not used to being in that position. Everything hurts. I'm straining like a motherfucker. But now I've gotten past that point of tension where it's now all stretch. You know, now gravity's helping aid me in the stretch. And when that happens, it's like it starts to pull the leg because there's momentum and gravity going hand in hand to pull the leg apart, like away from the body almost, like away from the torso. And whenever that happened, like I started getting this like ache, almost like an ache in all the way through the body. I don't know how to describe it, but I'm pretty sure it's sciatica, man, because it fucking hurts. And now because of that, I'm gonna start doing that every day. But that's just interesting to think about. Kyphosis, compressed spine, sciatica, frozen shoulder, probably some other shit that I just haven't found out yet. I don't even know. You know, it's why I kind of get frustrated when people tell me, "Oh, you're in such good shape," because I've already had that conversation so many times. I'm not in good shape, you know? And I get annoyed because I'm not in good shape, you're not in good shape. You look up to me, I don't look up to me. I'm happy where I'm at, yes, but this is not where I need to be. I need to be way ahead of where I'm at right now. The way I look at it is I'm 21 years old, damn near 22. I should be in the prime of my life right now. I should be as strong as an ox. I should be a fucking killing machine, unstoppable, but I'm not. because I just wasted my body and sat in my room all day. I didn't do shit. And everybody should be like that. It's crazy hearing another 21-year-old who should be in the prime of his life tell another 21-year-old who's sure in better shape, but still not in good shape, that, oh, you're in such good shape, and like, you don't want to be me. You shouldn't want to be me, is my whole point. Nobody ever understands that. It's like, you're thinking small. That's why I get annoyed. You're thinking small. You are capable of so much more than this. This is not shit, man. It really isn't. And I get frustrated, man, because people don't like how I respond to that. It's never, I can't accept the compliment. I can't. Maybe I need to work on that. But the reason why I recorded this video is because one thing I can do to work on what I'm guessing is sciatica is I can pinch where that muscle is, dude, and it fucking hurts, man. Like literally just one finger. Now if I get the knuckle and rub it into that bitch, it hurts like a motherfucker, man. All the way down the leg. I don't know what that is, dude. I hate it. Dude, shit sucks. I always have to stretch after doing something like super painful like that. Feels like I have to stretch the pain away, bro. Fuck, bro. Damn. Okay. I bought a bike, so I've been going on bike rides every day, sometimes twice a day. Bro, I have a limp now. Like, that shit hurts. But yeah, I've been biking over to the neighborhood next to me. They got like this little basketball court over there, a bench, nice little pond. It's really just, I like to get out of the house. It makes it a lot easier to train. That's why whenever you see me record videos, typically I'm out and about doing it and not at my house. Just because it's easier to commit, you know? Put yourself in, it just forces you to be in that mindset. Like, we're here, we're not at the house, we're not leaving. Stop sitting around, keep going. I don't know, whatever. But I've been biking over there. They got this bench that I'll hold on to, and I'll lift my legs up over my head and do that. And then just do other stretches. I do it every morning. I have not missed a morning. Yeah, I have not missed a morning for like the past 4 or 5 days, just because, I mean, I've been waking up real tense, and I feel like I don't want to back out, because I feel like I'm making a lot of progress doing what I'm doing, and I want to keep doing that. You know, like, I don't want to give it up. It feels like, you know, you get comfortable, you get complacent. It doesn't matter if you're still training, you're just doing the same thing that you've been doing for the past, you know, couple weeks. You know, you need to make it a little bit more challenging. You need to get out of your comfort zone, and that's exactly what that is. Instead of me waking up and then kind of fucking around, I'll get out, I'll force my body to wake up, I'll stretch, because you wake up tense, you know? You go to sleep feeling good, and then you wake up and you feel like shit. So no, no. I worked my ass off yesterday to feel the way that I felt at the end of the day. And now I'm gonna wake up and I already feel, no, motherfucker, it starts now. So that's where that comes from. It's just a great way of loosening up the body at the beginning of the day, because, you know, at the end of the day, you're stretching, training, trying to get rid of all the tension that's built up throughout the day, you know, just finishing touches essentially. And you wake up and now you're back to being tense and shit. And I think it has a lot to do with my bed and how I sleep, my habits. But even still, it shouldn't be happening. You know, you should be able to wake up, do 10, 15 minutes of stretches and feel just as good as you felt before you went to sleep. That's my whole point. But you know, training this way. Oh, another thing I've started to do, and this helps incredibly, not only with my lower back, but it's also helping strengthen my hip abductors. It's like putting your knee, let's say, on this, and then, I mean, I'm already kind of in that position, but just lifting, ouch, that hurt my knee. Just lifting your body up. You understand, just here and then hips raise. That's all you're doing with the hips. You get a nice stretch in the lower back when you go down, which is where I have a lot of my problems with. I believe it's the psoas muscle, or it could just be another muscle in the lower back, but extremely tight, chronically tight. I've been stretching it now consistently for months. I don't even know how long. And even for the past 2 months, a month and a half, throwing in decompression work as well on top of that. And it's still tight, but it's now strengthening that muscle in that stretch position. So I feel like throwing this in along with all the other training that I'm doing as well, I feel like it'll help add that finishing touch to it, and I might start seeing some real progress here soon. And on top of that, it's increasing my hip mobility, strengthening the abductors in that stretch position as well. It's just a great whole body movement, honestly. Like, it's just a healthy movement to do. And then the other movement would be the opposite of this. So instead of it being right leg, or, instead of it being you're down stretching into this position, you're actually starting off with your opposite leg would now be on the counter, and you are just dipping down and then pushing from there. This leg, you raise it into the air, and that just trains the opposite. It's yin and yang. You're doing one way, so you should do it the other way. No muscle imbalances. That's the whole point. You need to be symmetrical. You don't want muscle imbalances. Ouch. See, like I'm saying, doing stuff like this should not hurt. And I understand there's no fluidity in my movements. Ouch. And it always feels like my back can never be popped into place, dude. It always feels like my back should be straight like this, but the right side of my back is like down here. So I lean into it, push against this part right here, trying to bring it back. And then like I'll hear a lot of like just cracking and popping. It doesn't even sound like Rice Krispie treats, because I guess the bones are a lot bigger or something, that it's like a lot. Think of it like how a Rice Krispie cracks and pops, except if that Rice Krispie had a deep voice. That's what it sounds like. Oh, that's a good way of explaining it. But oh dude, we need to get Greaser to clean this, bro. There's no way. I put boiling hot water in this shit, let it sit, and now I'm scratching it with this little metal scrubby, and this bitch still ain't cleaning, man. That is a job for the greaser, which I don't believe we have. Well, I'll consider this clean then. That is the best I can do. I know what I'm talking about. I was a dishwasher for 9 months. I'm a professional. All right. Now, I have to clean the sink. Damn it, because my mom's gonna be home. I should be here when my mom gets back, but I want to go out and do stuff. Sucks, man. Sucks. But hold up. Let me clean the sink out. About to do a little physique check. Couple updates on some. You already know. If you watch the videos, you know. But I'll repeat it just in case. Couple. We're just looking for. Here, let me clean this shit. I'm sorry. I get excited and I start, you know what I'm saying? Okay, that's clean. All right, physique check. We've been doing a lot of work on this shoulder. So whenever I first started training, my shoulder was like up and in here. It was weird. So we've done a lot of stretches to be able to get that shoulder out. This is one of those stretches. One thing I've been doing is during my lunch breaks, always got to switch things out. You saw my routine that I had for like a good, I'd say 2 weeks to a month of how I like trained and stretched when I was outside. But I have a new routine. I'm sort of taking it easy on that stuff now because like my knees are good. You know, all of that training I was doing, I've done enough of it. I really don't need to focus on that anymore. It wouldn't hurt. It would still help to do it, but it's not a priority anymore. I've been doing a lot of this in the car where it's like I'll grab the seat, and then what I'll do is when I grab the seat, I have this arm already in that like stretched position, like it's locked. I cannot move it even if I wanted to. And then from there, this is the important part because it feels like, again, my shoulder's stuck in. So what I'll do, and it's hard to show because of the glare, it feels like my shoulder's stuck in. So what I'll do is I will force it back, and I can feel there's a nerve in the neck that gets caught on the collarbone, and I'll stretch that nerve, and I'll feel like a pain go all the way down my arm. So it's because it's the nerve, you know, so I can feel that nerve kind of radiating all the way down in the arm. It's not bad pain, you know, it's just something you have to confront. So I've been doing that, and then I've been doing the one where it's like you put your hand like this on a wall and then rotate, and that's a fucking good one, dude. As you can see, my shoulder should be able to go further back than this, much further back than this. Like you can see, I can kind of get some out of there, but this right here, I'll do it. That's the limit. I can not go further than that. The nerve, again, getting caught on this collarbone, radiating all the way down the arm, prevents me from doing that. That should not be like that, because it does not happen as much. It still happens on this arm. It doesn't happen anywhere near as much. I feel actually the muscles stretching instead of that nerve. Very interesting. But yeah. So physique check, shoulder is getting a lot better, doing work to get that fucker out there where he needs to be. You can see the core is kind of starting to develop a little bit more. We're kind of doing touch more core work than we used to in the past, just to help with our lower back, and among other things. I mean, my core is just extremely underdeveloped. Let's see, what else can we do? Let's do a physique check on the back. Compare it to the past. We'll just do, you know, like the natural, I think what I've done in the past, where it's just working the muscles. Boom. I don't know what else to do. That's about all I can think of. Leg flexibility, still working on that, getting a little bit better. I feel like what's stopping me right now is hamstrings a little bit, lower back a lot, hip flexors a little bit, calves a little bit. That's what's preventing me from having a good kick. But that's about it, man. That's all of my updates. For now, we'll do an actual physique check, because I really don't care about flexing or none of that, dude. It doesn't matter. I used to, but you can tell because I still kind of have like the technique down a little bit. See how that shoulder's forward, man? And to bring it back, it hurts. Triceps need to be much better. My triceps are honestly weak as fuck, but that's okay. I've got plenty of time to train. I'm really not in a rush. There we go. This one's the classic. I don't really have good lighting for this pose, but it's all right. Little double bicep. It's a good one right there. I never did the pose on the other side. That actually makes my rear delt sore. Funny enough. Muscle imbalances. All right. Yeah, that's about all I got, bro. Legs, I'm still working on those. Kind of having some vascularity definition popping in a little bit more day by day. I love that, man. I remember when I first started training, I always saw people with bicep veins, and I was like, whoa, that looks sick. I want that. And then I got it, and I was like, all right, well, whatever. No one cares. And then I saw leg veins, and I was like, okay, that's impressive. That's like actually impressive. Because you got to think, man, your legs carry you throughout the day. That's where all your power comes from. Your legs, your hips, your core. Your arms really ain't shit, if I'm being honest, like they are. But, I mean, a lot of your power is coming from your legs. So to have veins and just have it be a god. I mean, dude, when you have vascular legs, bro, you're a machine. Straight up, you're a machine. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. People are probably going to say it's gay to be complimenting dudes like that. And if you think it is, fuck you. God damn, bro. If you have vascular legs, you ain't nothing but power, dude. Is that not what that means? Is that not what that means? I found my favorite pair of pants. Finally. I've been missing those, dude. They were right in front of me this whole time. I was wondering where they went, bro. I thought somebody threw them away. I would have been so angry. It's those really baggy ass pair of pants that I have, man. I love those. Got it for $3 at Goodwill. Yeah. This is what I trained in. I like this thing a lot. My granddad gave this to me. My favorite hoodie. It's got this little pocket here. You can put your phone in, listen to music and shit. And then it's got my pocket right here. I don't have a wallet, so it carries all my cards and shit. Put that bitch right back there. Keep it closed. You ain't ever gonna have a problem. Ever. Boom. Yeah. That's about everything, though. House is clean. Cleaned it up for the mom. Oh, fuck. I ain't vacuuming that up. This jacket's dirty. I'll sweep that up. I ain't gonna vacuum it, though. All right. That's about it for me, man. I ain't got nothing else to share. I'm about to go out, grab a energy drink, even though I don't need it, unless it is too late. I don't remember what time it is. I'm hoping it would, if it was like 11:30, 12. Please be 11:30, 12. 12:30. Fuck, bro. It's 12:20, dude. Damn. Yeah. About to go out, grab a energy drink, go out, and I'm gonna go to some place where it's just like people playing in a band or something. I want to go somewhere that has something to do with music. I want to go spend some time with some musicians. I would love to do that. So that's the plan. That's the goal. I would like to, I don't know, I just don't want to sit in my room. But I used to love playing video games, but dude, now that I've grown up, to just put it bluntly, bro, I don't like any of the people online anymore, man. Everybody's weird as fuck. They're all the same. They all have the same problems. And then they'll see somebody like me who actually has a personality, who talks a little bit too much, and then I'm the weird one. Motherfucker, no, you just never talk. Why am I weird? Because I never stop talking when you never talk. Ever. You're quiet. And then when you do open your mouth, you're anxious. And I'm the weird one. You know, that's why I don't play video games anymore, bro. At all. And then if it's not that, they're just bitching and moaning about, oh, fucking, why is this guy doing that? Why is this guy doing that? It's like constant fucking bullshit. And if it's not that, then it's some dumbass joke that I've heard a million times already. And if it's not that, I mean, what's another one, man? Yeah, if it's not that, then it's some dude who's just, listen, no offense, but like gay as fuck. Like weird gay. I'm not talking about respectable gay. I'm talking about, bro, leave me alone. Like, chill, bro. I'm trying to tell you, stop joking around with me like that. All right, you're blocked. Damn. No, I don't want to be your little fucking, I don't even know, bro. Like furries and shit, dude. And then you wonder why you're so socially anxious. You picked the worst path you could have gone down, the one that quite literally makes you an outlier. It makes you a target. And now you're anxious because, people are secretly... Yeah, they are, dude, because you're weird. And if you're going to be weird, then be weird and accept it. At least be yourself. But you aren't even being that. You haven't even committed to it. Because if you committed to it, then guess what? You would be able to stand up to anybody who calls you whatever. And call them a bitch. Nah, what's up then, bro? You would be comfortable, but you're not comfortable. That's a sign that something's wrong. When you're trying to be something, but you're still not comfortable. When you're still looking for secretly validation from others. And I struggle with the same thing. Everybody struggles with that. Everybody. But the trick is to try and at least catch yourself. Try and at least be better today than you were yesterday. Michael Jackson said it best. I am looking at the man in the mirror. Oh, yeah. I'm asking him to change his ways. Come on, bro. Be the change you want to see in the world, brother. That's what he was trying to say. He might have even said that word for word. I don't remember. All right. I'm actually heading out this time. But, put on some boxers and just head out. I guess I'll change, man. I don't want to walk into... Never mind, man. Y'all don't give a fuck about that. All right. Take it easy. God bless.